Hey guys, what's up? I want to show you a really cool art book that you guys might have heard of or not heard of, but the character is Red Sonja. And this is art of Red Sonja. And basically, Red Sonja is like the female Conan. And this is all fantasy art, so it's fantastic in here. Basically, I don't know what like when she came around, but I'll show you. It's just a really cool book though. This is it was actually okay. I don't know if Robert E. Howard made Conan. He wrote about all the different. There were novels of Conan before, and he caught any like art or any comic book or any movie of Conan. They were like books basically by this guy, Robert E. Howard. And let me just show you some of this, some of the cool ass pictures in here. This is a pretty cool one here. It's just a drawing there, and it's a drawing like right, and then next to it is the painting. You know, is the painting and stuff, which is really cool. And this is really a good book. Everything in here is all Red Sonja. She's got red hair, she's got a sword, she's got a shield, and it's all fantasy art. This book is art by Alex Ross, Michael Turner, Frank Cho, Jim Lee, a lot of guys. Neil Adams is in here. Just the people, the classic people who draw Conan also draw Red Sonja. And she's really cool. I mean, I like both Conan and Red Sonja. Unfortunately, the movie Red Sonja wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. It was a solid B movie. It was like a totally solid B movie. Schwarzenegger was in Red Sonja. Yeah, he was in it. But it was no Conan. It was just like, you know. But the art in this one, I think this is Alex Ross, and he does all kinds of awesome looking characters. They look like strong and badass, and they're so cool in here. And just it's not just like one kind of Red Sonja. It's like every version of this character in every like situation, all from a comic-y look to a really nice illustrative, like a fine art look. Joseph Michael Linsner, great artist. He does Dawn. The Dawn art, he's been doing that for 20 years, and I really love the Dawn art. I love the way he draws the figures. They're all like kind of like curvy and like full figured, but really fit. Here's one. Greg Horn did this one, and it's just cool. This is pretty cool. Look at that one right there. You know, awesome. This is the first book of Red Sonja. I thought that was it. I mean, when I got this at the comic book store, in the comic art book section, where all of these books are, it's just like, I don't know why, like, when I do go to the comic book store, I don't know why, like, there's not a lot of them left. Maybe because I bought them all already. But, just like flip around. I'm gonna flip through some of these, and you can just see like awesome, cool art. And like every page is this. I mean, this is great. Like if you just love fantasy art, and it's got a bunch of it in here. If you like to draw fantasy art, this is the most inspiring stuff. You'll look through this book and like, oh, I don't know what to draw. You will look through this book and you'll be like, yeah, I know exactly what to draw. I'm totally inspired. There's just no way to not get inspired. Even if you don't draw, like you're gonna wanna like read like a Conan comic or like a Red Sonja comic, and it's cool. It's like it's just they're the same they're just like, he's the male version of Conan and she's like the female version. You know, she's also a barbarian. And it's just like, the only difference is the plot about the Conan is that he's the male plot and she's the female plot. So female things happen to her and male things happen to Conan. You know? I guess, like, you know, wait a minute. Oh, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Badass with an axe. With a snake. Snack. Yeah, man. Snacks. Who doesn't like snacks? Oh, wait a minute. What? No! The helmet of Thulsa Doom. Fucking hell. Damn. Look at these. Just on and on about this one. What I like is just that it's all different artists. You know? Yeah, why not? Check this one out. You know? What I like is they're just all different artists. And, it's just, it's not like the same picture. There's like variation in there. There's just variation, but I love how it's the same character. And girls at comic conventions, if you like dressing up like Red Sonja, it is totally cool. I love seeing girls dress up like Red Sonja because it's just totally cool, and it's a basically she wears a chainmail bikini, scale mail bikini kind of like. So, but the art, man. Just the whole thing. It's just so cool that you guys like get, you know, get like inspired enough to like dress up like Red Sonja, you know, with a sword and stuff. I for a few Halloweens I dressed up like, you guys know, it's a character called Elric Manibelman, and he carries a badass huge sword, and like dressing up like, you know, in a costume could be like a little bit inconvenient, but carrying around a plastic sword, a black plastic sword, that's like 6 feet tall just to be in character is like really, really hard to do. Look at that one. Yeah. And I think she came before Tarna. Tarna was the girl character with the sword inside Heavy Metal the movie, Heavy Metal the motion picture. Check that out if you haven't seen it. It's called Heavy Metal the motion picture, and it is one of the coolest. It is one of the coolest like animated fantasy movies of all time. It's just fantastic, and great stuff. All great, like in here and in the back. It's got, you know, it's got who drew that. And it's got a little bit of narrative, but not too much. So then, I don't know if it was a few months later or a year later, all of a sudden, at the comic book store, I found Art of Red Sonja 2. Now, also by Dynamite. These two are fantastic, but also by Dynamite, Art of Red Sonja 2, it is 3 times as big as Red Sonja 1. And it is just filled with more freaking more pictures and just amazing shit. Oh, wait a minute, here's one. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Just more Red Sonja. I mean, they must have found a whole bunch of... What's cool is there's a lot of content, so a lot of artists are drawing her. And yeah, at the last Comic-Con I went to, which was the one last year, I was at the... it's just like, there were a few artists at the Artist Alley who were, you know, who kind of specialized. All they did was like Conan and Red Sonja. More stuff. These 2 books are just so cool because I just think like it's really, really about the art. You know? I'll just flip through more of that.